Welcome to part 2, Lessons for Consistency. We have gotten you into good setup, and now it is time to learn the secret to how the pros are so consistent with their ball striking that not many people know about, but you are going to learn in this video. It is as simple as making letters with your body and the club. It is so easy to learn and makes you striking the golf ball better than you ever have. So let's get into it right now. The first letter we're going to go over that the pros do so well is the letter V. And you see this being practiced by world number 1, Scotty Scheffler, every single practice session. This is going to be a letter that helps us place our hands on the golf club in a good way to where with your good swing, you're going to be able to hit the ball nice and straight every single time. So let's go ahead and get into that letter, which is going to be the V. I'm going to demonstrate for a right-handed golfer, and the first move I'm going to make is I'm going to get the club out in front of me, kind of at a 45 degree. I'm then going to place the grip starting in the first joint of my pointer finger. It's going to travel diagonally underneath of the heel pad, and my thumb pad goes on top of the grip. At that point in time, you should have created a V with the thumb and the pointer finger of the left hand, and that should be pointing somewhere between your chin and your right shoulder. So now I've got my left hand on there. I'm also going to come over, and then I'm going to place my right hand on there, and I have some lines drawn here on my fingers. The grip is going to be placed directly in between those lines. I'm going to be checking the face of the club, close my fingers, and I'm going to close my palm on top of the thumb of my left hand. That's created another V, and that V is going to be pointed off towards my right shoulder or the trail shoulder. So after we've got both hands on there, they're connected. The V's are going to be pointing the same direction, and we can then get into a nice power position at impact, and the face of the club is not going to turn to the left. It won't shut down, and it won't open up. It's going to stay nice and straight, pointing right down the target line. So you can come in, and you can hit your shot nice and straight. Letter number 2, the letters of the golf swing. What the pros do so well is at setup, you can do it as well. When you set up to the golf ball, what you'll see them do is set up, and their arms are going to create with the shaft of the club something that looks like a Y. Okay? And then at impact, they're going to have a Y again. The only difference is that at impact, I call it a lowercase y, where they'll have some turn with their lower body. The shaft's going to be leaning forward, and the hands are slightly forward as well. Looks a little bit different than what it did at setup. That's the mistake I see a lot of people make, is they'll get into setup, and then they come back to impact, and it looks exactly the same. And that just causes inconsistent strike on the golf ball. So you want to make sure that when you set up, you've got your Y, just like the pros. You can do it just like them. And then at impact, there's going to be a lowercase y with the arms and the shaft of the club. That de-lofts the club, center of the face finds the golf ball. You create that nice impact, solid strike with the ball, and the ball launches in the air. So make sure you create your Y at setup, and then you're going to practice and work on your lowercase y at impact, and that's going to give you the consistency that you want in your golf game, just like the pros. Letters of the golf swing, letter number 3, it is the L, and it happens on both sides of your body. We got the backswing L, and then there's going to be an L on the other side on the through swing, and I call it a backwards L. It's what the pros do so well, you're going to do it just like them. So previously we talked about our V's with our hands pointing to the same shoulder, trail shoulder. Then we talked about our Y at impact, set up, and then at impact, the lowercase y. Now after we've got our V's and we've got our Y, we're going to work into the backswing, and the L actually happens once the hands get to about shoulder high. You'll see that with the best players in the world, is on the way back, making their Y, they're creating width, distance between hands and the body. They're having turn with their chest and weight transfer. And then the L happens once the hands get about shoulder high. From there, they'll make their downswing. They come back into impact. There's your lowercase y, and they're going to finish on the other side with that lead forearm. For a right-hander, it would be the left forearm, and the shaft of the club is creating another L. When you do those letters, the L on the backswing and the L on the through swing, that's going to help you with face rotation and hitting nice little draw, or a ball that for a right-hander would curve to the left, or a ball for a left-hander would curve to the right. So those of you who are having difficulty pulling your arms in, chicken wing, flip, all those faults, they go away simply by creating these letters, and most notably, the letter L on the backswing and on the through swing. See how it works. Nice little draw. I like those L's.